So up for auction is my 1995 Honda Del Sol SI. I thought I would just do a quick walk around the car, put a video up on eBay. It's got really almost too many new parts to list. It's got a new air filter. Over the winter time, the distributor got a little bit of moisture in there, so we replaced the distributor. It's got new plugs, new wires. Within the last year, the thermostat started going out a little bit, so it's got a new thermostat, fresh coolant, and the upper radiator hose was getting kind of nasty, so we put a Mishimoto silicone hose on there. It doesn't leak or anything. Go around. The engine was rebuilt around 150,000 miles. It has a new head gasket. Had a new cylinder head gasket put on, and I believe it had new piston rings put on, but besides that, nothing else really needed to be done to it. Also, about a year or so ago, we got a hole in the exhaust system, and then shortly after that the O2 sensor went out, so when we went down to replace everything was really rusted together. So we just decided to replace the entire exhaust system. So it's got new headers, it's got a newer NGK O2 sensor, it's got a new catalytic converter, and a new stainless steel aftermarket catback exhaust. All the fluids have been topped off. When I got the car off my old man, it needed it needed the rear rotors replaced, so when we replaced the rear rotors and put new pads on, we changed the brake fluid. So the brake fluid is about a year or two or so old. So mechanically the car runs great. I actually was bored a couple weeks ago, and I took off the throttle body, put a new throttle body gasket on. I got a new receipt for that. Cleaned it out, lubed up everything, and I actually took off the idle air control valve and cleaned that out. So car definitely runs better after having done that, because my girlfriend's car, she's a Del Sol as well, her throttle body started leaking, so I had to replace all that, and I cleaned it out, and I noticed how big of a difference it was, so I decided to do it to mine as well. The headlights and tail lights, all the lights have been replaced within the last year. They all work. It's got newer tires, kind of hard to see, but the tread's still good. And then as far as rust goes, it's got a little spot up here, right there. And then it's got the common rear problem right there, just a little bit down there. It's got a little bit right above the where the back bumper is. There's the exhaust down there. And there's a little rust on the rear passenger side, and then down here as well on the passenger quarter panel down there in the back. You open up the door. Interior is really clean. And the lock box. The boxes work fine back here. They still lock up well. It's not really missing any of the interior components or anything. When we were looking at one of these for my girlfriend, a lot of them we looked at were missing interior parts, but this has consoles there, everything's there. Cup holder. This piece is still here. The only real cosmetic damage to the interior is actually on the driver's side. It's got a tear in the driver's seat. It's still comfortable, but obviously it's a little worn. And then when we went to go replace the fuel pump about 3 or 4 years ago, it's actually stored right behind the cargo department back there, so you have to remove that. And we decided to remove the driver's seat to get to it, and it got a little scratch right here, the bottom side of the driver's seat scratched that when we replaced the fuel pump. But besides that, interior is very, very clean. Hop in here. All the windows work. Driver's side window. Rear window works fine. Light works. All the lights in the dash work. Brake light, flashers, turn signals, cruise control, auxiliary lights work. Stereo works. The heat and air conditioning works. It's about time for the air conditioning to get a recharge, but it does work. Glove box is clean. It's just got a little bit of my stuff in there, but insurance information besides that. And the power mirrors work on both sides. Door locks work. Then obviously the top does come off. It just has two locking mechanisms on each side. And there's the fold down mirrors. Like I said, this has been a great car for me. The only reason why I'm selling it is I'm graduating college in about 2 months, and a family friend actually offered me a very, very good job. So he basically told me it's a sales job and I need to drive around people and stuff. So he said that he'd be happy to give me the job, but I need to basically buy a larger car to haul around people if I have to go to a meeting or something like that. So that's pretty much the reason why I'm selling this. It's definitely going to be an excellent car for someone. Be a good commuter car. This was the car I bought basically because, well, it was from my father, and it was a good car to drive back and forth from school and back. It was a 60-mile round trip, and I usually got about 32 miles per gallon or so. It all depends on how you drive, but it's easily a 30-mile-per-gallon car. And it's very easy to work on. Parts are cheap. It's a lot of fun with the top off. The roof doesn't leak, so this would be pretty much a great car for anyone that's looking for a car, or a student, or a first car, or a commuter. So like I said, everything works. I think before I stop the video, I'll start the car up real quick. It starts right up. If you have any questions or anything, just give me a call or shoot me an email.